So we have two different problems. We're going to focus on the blue side first. We're evaluating exponential expressions. So the original problem is 2 to the 4th divided by 5. Okay, that makes it exponential. We have a base and an exponent. All right, and notice we have a negative there. See that? Now you can put the negative on the numerator, on the denominator, or right where the bar is. It doesn't matter. So notice the first step I did was I factored out that -1. That really means -1 times 5. All right, so I rewrote it and put -1 and then times 2 to the 4th divided by 5. That's my first step right there. Factor out that -1. Now we're going to write this exponential expression in what is called expanded form. 2 to the 4th means, so I'm going to take that -1 right here, equals -1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, right? Very good. Next step, I'm right here at the next step right here, equals -1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. Missing that closing, but you know what it means, divided by 5. Sometimes people forget that put that negative there, so be really careful. Now watch this. What's -1 times 16? Negative times a positive is a negative, so that's -16 over 5. Or you can write this as a mixed number, right? 5 goes into 16 3 times. 3 times 5 plus what number is 16? That's 1, 3 1/5. Now, let's look at when you have an expression. Evaluate really means to simplify. We have -1/4. This time, the negative is in parentheses to the second power. Okay? All right. So, hold on one second. Let me take that. I'll give you a little breather real quick. All right. So here we are, -1/4 to the second power. Notice the first step, I factor that -1 out. And then I rewrite it as 1/4 to the second power. I recommend doing that. It's a good problem solving strategy. And then next step, I have -1 again. I bring that down, right? And then what I'm doing is I am applying that exponent to the numerator and the denominator. So that becomes 1 to the second power over 4 to the second power. You see that? Okay. So then here's the next step right here. See, follow that arrow. I bring that -1 over here. And 1 to the second power is just 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 to the second power is 16. 4 times 4 is 16. So now I have -1 times 1/16. A negative times a positive is a negative. 1 times 1, so then we got -1 over 16.